All right, gorilla rows. These are best done if you have 2 kettlebells that are the same weight. If you don't have 2 kettlebells that are the same weight, you can do it with 2 kettlebells and just pulling on one at a time. What we're gonna do is get into a really nice, wide, deep hinge. You're going to use a little bit of a wider stance than what you normally use, probably for a traditional kettlebell deadlift. We wanna make sure that we have plenty of room for both of the kettlebells in between our feet. I do not want you to use a sumo stance, so that would be with the feet pointed out. We do want to still have both of the toes facing forward. Now, important to remember, a lot of times when we get into a hinge position for an extended period of time, what we will want to do is start to shift the weight back, okay? So do you see how right here, my center of mass is almost falling backwards versus centered over my midfoot, okay? And then when our center of mass starts to do this, we're going to take on more of the load with our low back, and we don't want that, all right? So make sure when you're in this position right here that you get down into your hinge, your knee is going to be over your midfoot, all right? You want that knee over the midfoot. Remember, that feeds down into the kinetic chain, down and all the way back up. You're going to exhale, get some deep core on, and you need to let your booty open up. You can't be doing this right here. That's not going to feel good, okay? This needs to open up. Don't twerk too much, okay? We're not in the club, but right here. And then what's gonna happen is you're gonna push down on one arm as you row up with the other. So there's some constant tension going on the whole time. What you don't wanna do is have one arm just be really loose while the other one is pulling up, okay? So it's almost like a push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. And you'll notice with that push as you're pulling that you're going to feel really stable. The only thing that I want moving is your arms. I don't want your hips moving side to side. I don't really want your rib cage moving overly side to side. We're just trying to isolate the movement to pulling from the back with the arm each time. So make sure as you're pulling, again, that you stay centered over your midfoot, okay? Here, let the booty open up. And when you get done with this, it should feel like your butt and your hamstrings had to work in this exercise as well. Now, I am not doing this with a weight that is particularly heavy for rows for me. So this is not meant to be done with a maximal amount of weight for rowing. You should do it with a little bit of a lighter weight because we're aiming on keeping that stability. And a lot of times when we're using a weight that is really challenging, so think like 8 to 9 out of 10 RPE, we're going to have to move a little bit with the hips, with the torso to help us up with the weight. So this is not an instance where you want to use something that's super heavy. Yes, you need to use a weight that makes you pay attention, but this does not need to be trying to max out for a weight in a bent over row. All right, that is your quick tempo gorilla rows. You got it.